Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box here at the 10 over mark. Geez, a mammoth total for the Knight Riders to chase. But if it's one day that they can shake things up, it's the 18th of April. They did it back in 2008. Can they do it today? Well, the way they're going at the halfway stage, Pommie, you'd have to say they're going to do this. They need 100 in the back 10. They're going to do this with 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah, with 8 wickets in hand. I tell you what might just have shifted it. And I say it might have shifted it. I mean, the skipper has got to 50. And so he might take up the mantle and kind of pick up where Aaron Finch has just left off. But there's no option here. I think it's nice for teams when there isn't an option. You can't hang about. You can't go and say, look, I'm going to try and feel my way. You got to get in, and intentions are clear and known by everybody in the dugout. And if they get you off to a start, your openers, then away you go. It was a horrible start, by the way, lose Narayan straight away. And then you think, oh, is this one of those days? But Finch has played particularly well, and Shreyas Iyer has played well as well.
That partnership that they got, it was just hammer and tongs from both sides. And there you go. Sunil Narayan's up there, which means Venkatesh Iyer is still to come. He's probably going to come as finisher, which is something that he's been doing for India. So that's a role actually he knows perhaps a little better. So this change may just be inspired really there. But they've got Nitish Rana here. They've got plenty of batting to come. And for Rajasthan, I don't know what's happened though. They have 217 on the board, but their bowlers just look a little rattled. It's the lines and lengths have been all over the shop, Pommie.
I tell you what, Gaurav, it doesn't matter how good you are. When you're under the pump, you're under the pump. It's just how it goes. That's the game. And I thought Bolt was brilliant up at the top. And it was a whisker. How many times did he hit Aaron Finch on the pad? But the line was probably, a couple of inches too straight as a start, and he was looking to try and hit him on the pad, looking to try and get through and hit those stumps, and he didn't quite. Finch got started. The rest of the bowlers come in, and both Finch and Iyer know there's no option but to make sure that they maximize as far as the power play is concerned. So it rattled the bowlers. And for me, the good thing with regard to the game for the bowlers is that they still have something to work with. This is the beauty of getting 217. So you might get smashed right at the beginning, but the game doesn't end. The batting team still cannot put a foot wrong as they go along. So this game, as it sits, it's right on the edge. And you'd sit there and you'd say, 116 at the halfway stage, just 2 wickets down, got a man in on 50, should get there. Not that simple, because middle phase of the game, now we see what happens from here until over number 14, probably 14, 15. That's what's going to kind of say it. And it doesn't say it as in the game's done, because we've watched so many times, haven't we, where you think, this one's gone. In fact, it was just last night. We thought, that one's gone. No ways they can do that. I think it was 60 they needed, or 62 from 30 or something.
I think they needed 52 in the last 3, and Rashid Khan had that over where he hit 28. Yeah, so anything is possible. 1 over really changes it. But so far in the first 10 overs, let's see who's done what for Rajasthan as we just look at those bowlers. And we also see who is left now. Right now, remember, they've gone in with 5 bowlers today. Right, Pommie, you're not going to see an over from Riyan Parag. It's just too dangerous, is what Sanju Samson is thinking. He says that if the bowlers are under the pump, I expect my professional bowlers to get the job done. Chahil's bowled
my
1
main
over.
Guys,
Yeah, his main guys are going to get this done. And, there was a very good first over from Ovid McCoy. The second one was very expensive. But I'm looking at those 2 Trent Bolt overs as being the ones that will probably set the rhythm for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, the next part of them. So what we get here with a game that's like this, and it's matched up quite nicely, is each part of the game is like, okay, so who wins this bit? Who wins the power play? Who wins the middle bit? Who's going to win overs kind of 11 to 15? Who then wins overs 16 to 20? And each time as you go along, because the batting side's going quite nicely, it kind of swings a little bit, comes back, swings a little. But you got champions in the bowling side. Bolt's got Yorkers, is going to come back, I think, pretty soon. Ashwin.
Really? Do you think? I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt you right there. Do you think that Trent Bolt's going to come back for an over now, or is Sanju going to save him for 17 and 19?
His trouble is that Chahal's only bowled one. So because of that, he's got to get him into the attack kind of as soon as possible, because he can't have him come right at the back end. So the 17 and 19 would be ideal. He'd be identified as the guy who's most experienced. And so he'd probably save him up, unless he thinks about it the opposite way around, where he thinks, hold on, I need you to get Shreyas Iyer out so they start again. It's a gamble, though, because if he doesn't get them out, then he carries on, and then he's got to go to others at the back end. But that's the beauty. We want to see which way the thinking is in the mind of Sanju Samson, and who it is who can shift the game with ball in hand for the Rajasthan Royals. If nobody does, well, one of the batters is going to smash it out the ground, or Shreyas Iyer will carry on his merry way, and it'll probably end up being quite comfortable. But I can't tell you which way it's going to go.
It's so interesting, and that's what you want from T20 games. You had one exciting one last night, and I think this one's exactly the same. Sanju would have thought his life will be much easier with 217 on the board, but hey, in this format, it's never easy, and especially on this pitch, this ground. The short boundary was just way too short, and it's been cleared with alarming regularity. All right, that's all we have time for right now. We're going to go. Seems like it's been cleared again. I think there's another one in the parking lot. So, well, it's exciting for sure. We're going to come back at the end of this game and talk about it. I don't know when it'll end, because this seems like it might go on for 2 days. But whenever it does end, we will be right here keeping vigil on Cricbuzz Live. So we'll see you then.